In the far southwestern reaches of Africa, a realm of elemental grandeur stretches beneath the vast sky, a land where the earth burns with colour and the air shimmers with heat. This is Namibia, a country shaped by the relentless passage of time, where ancient geological forces have carved a landscape of astonishing contrasts and raw, untamed beauty. Here lies the Namib, the world's oldest desert, its legacy written in endless waves of red sand that roll toward the distant Atlantic. These dunes, some of the tallest on earth, rise like fiery mountains, their crests sculpted by winds that have blown for millennia. Each grain of sand is a relic of deep time, a fragment of stone worn smooth by the ceaseless elements. The Namib's silence is profound, broken only by the whisper of wind and the distant call of a desert-dwelling creature. The horizon stretches unbroken, a canvas of ochre and gold, where the sun's first light ignites the dunes in a blaze of orange and crimson, and dusk draws long, cool shadows across the land. The ground here is parched and cracked, a mosaic of thirsty earth that waits in vain for rain. Heat radiates from the soil, and midday temperatures soar beyond 45 degrees Celsius, forging an environment that tests the limits of endurance. The air itself seems to vibrate, heavy with the promise of hardship. Yet, in this crucible of extremes, life endures. The oryx, with its pale coat and sweeping horns, strides across the sands, perfectly adapted to the searing sun. Springbok gather in small herds, their movements graceful and cautious, ever alert for the faintest sign of danger or the rarest hint of water. Every rocky outcrop, every shifting dune tells a story of survival. The wind, ever present, scours the land, carrying only dust and the seeds of hardy plants. Water is the rarest treasure, found in hidden waterholes or as a slow drip from ancient rocks, dictating the rhythm of existence for all who dwell here. The Etosha salt pans, vast and blindingly white, shimmer like distant lakes, their mirage a cruel illusion. Here animals trek for miles, following faint trails etched into the earth, searching for sustenance in a world where scarcity is the only certainty. The wildlife of Namibia's deserts are masters of adaptation. The desert elephant, wise and enduring, travels great distances in search of water, its memory a map of survival. Lions rest in the scant shade, conserving energy for the cool of night, while ostriches and jackals move silently across the sands. Even the smallest creatures are marvels of resilience. Insects burrow deep beneath the surface to escape the heat, emerging only when the air cools. Tiny plants, dormant for years, burst into life after a rare rain, painting the desert with fleeting colour before fading once more into the dust. The struggle for life is everywhere. Animals forage among sparse tufts of grass. Mothers guide their young across the open plain, and every track in the sand is a testament to the daily battle for survival. The strategies are as varied as the creatures themselves. Some rely on speed, others on stealth, and all on an intimate knowledge of this unforgiving land. The beauty of Namibia is fierce and uncompromising. It is found in the bold contrasts of sunrise and sunset, in the resilience of a lone camel thorn tree standing against the horizon, and in the spectacle of a sandstorm sweeping across the dunes, reshaping the landscape in moments. This is a land that demands respect, where every day is a test of strength and ingenuity. The animals that roam these ancient sands, oryx, elephants, lions, springbok, ostriches, and countless others, are not merely inhabitants. They are the champions of an epic saga of survival, their lives woven into the very fabric of the desert. In Namibia's deserts, the story of life is written in sand and stone, in the tracks of animals and the patterns of wind. It is a story of persistence, adaptation, and the enduring power of nature, a story that continues day after day beneath the blazing African sun. In the heart of Namibia's vast sun-baked wilderness, a remarkable pride of lions has carved out an existence against all odds. These are not the lions of lush grasslands, but a lineage forged by the relentless desert, shaped by generations of survival in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Their bodies are leaner, their muscles wiry and defined, a testament to the constant struggle for sustenance. Every sinew is honed for endurance, every step measured to conserve precious energy. Built for survival, these lions possess a unique physicality. Their frames are lighter, allowing them to travel vast distances across the unforgiving terrain in search of prey and water. Their paws are noticeably larger and more padded than those of their savanna cousins. This adaptation allows them to traverse the scorching, shifting sands with ease, distributing their weight to avoid sinking and protecting them from the burning ground. Their fur is short and pale, a sandy gold that mirrors the desert itself. This natural camouflage not only shields them from the relentless sun, but also allows them to vanish into the landscape, invisible to both prey and rival predators. Hunger and thirst are constant companions. These lions have mastered the art of conservation, slowing their movements and seeking shade during the hottest hours. They can endure days, sometimes over a week, without food or water, relying on reserves built up during rare feasts. Their survival hinges on extraordinary hunting skills. In a land where prey is scarce and widely scattered, every hunt is a test of patience, strategy and precision. Patience is their greatest weapon. A lioness may wait motionless for hours, her body pressed low against the sand, eyes fixed on a distant antelope or springbok, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Unlike their savanna relatives, who often rely on the chaos of group charges, these desert lions are silent, solitary stalkers. They move with ghost-like stealth, each step calculated to avoid detection. A single hunt can last an entire day or more. The lions track their quarry across kilometers of open sand, their eyes never leaving their target, their bodies conserving every ounce of energy for the final burst of speed. Every movement is deliberate. They avoid unnecessary exertion, knowing that a wasted effort could mean the difference between life and death. When the moment comes, they strike with explosive power, using the element of surprise to overcome prey that is often larger and faster. The desert is a landscape of obstacles, rocky outcrops, shifting dunes and searing heat. The lions navigate these challenges with remarkable agility, their senses finely tuned to every sound and scent. Their diet is as varied as the desert is unpredictable. From nimble rodents and birds to the towering giraffe, they take whatever the land provides, adapting their hunting techniques to each new challenge. After days without a meal, hunger sharpens their senses and intensifies their drive. The pride becomes restless, their movements more urgent as they search for the next opportunity. When the time comes, the pride works in perfect harmony. Lionesses, thin from fasting, coordinate their movements with silent signals, encircling their prey with practiced precision. The hunt is a display of raw power and flawless teamwork. Each lion knows its role, and together they bring down animals many times their size. Once the prey is subdued, a strict social order emerges. The providers, those who led the hunt, are the first to feed, their efforts rewarded in the harshest currency, survival. The lionesses, exhausted from the chase, eat first, replenishing the energy spent in pursuit. Only after they are satisfied do the others approach. Each meal is a lifeline, a rare chance to refuel and prepare for the next ordeal. The pride eats quickly, always alert for threats or the approach of scavengers. These lions are the embodiment of resilience, living on the very edge of what is possible. Their existence is a daily battle, a testament to the power of adaptation. To survive the long waterless stretches, they have learned to extract moisture from the blood and tissues of their prey, a vital adaptation in a land where water is a rare and precious resource. Their territories are immense, spanning hundreds of square kilometres. Each lion must roam far and wide, covering great distances in their relentless search for food and water. They move like phantoms through the shimmering heat, their forms dissolving into the mirage, ever watchful, ever searching. Their continued existence in this sun-scorched world is a miracle of evolution, a story of survival, adaptation and the indomitable will to endure, written in the shifting sands of Namibia. Another giant has also mastered the art of living in this desert, a rare and remarkable subspecies of the African elephant. These desert elephants are a sight to behold, uniquely shaped by their environment. They have evolved to have longer legs and larger, wider feet than their savanna cousins. These adaptations allow them to travel vast distances across the soft, deep sand with greater ease, effectively spreading their immense weight. They are also biological marvels of water conservation, capable of going for several days without drinking, their bodies retaining precious moisture in ways that are still not fully understood. Their very physiology is a tribute to the demands of their desert home. These magnificent animals are constantly on the move, their lives a perpetual journey in search of water and food. They travel in tight-knit family herds, led by an experienced matriarch. She is the keeper of the herd's collective memory, a living library of ancient wisdom. Within her mind, she holds a detailed map of the entire region passed down through generations. This map charts the hidden water sources, the seasonal feeding grounds, and the safest pathways through the treacherous terrain. The survival of her entire family, especially the vulnerable young, rests on her knowledge and her leadership as she guides them across the endless arid plains. The bond within an elephant herd is incredibly strong, and the matriarch's role is paramount. She not only leads the way, but also protects her family with fierce determination. She teaches the young calves where to dig for underground springs, how to strip bark from trees for moisture, and how to stay safe from the few predators brave enough to challenge them. Her guidance is the thread that holds the family together, ensuring that the vital knowledge needed for survival is passed on to the next generation. The herd moves as one, a single, determined unit, following their wise leader through the heat and dust. The journey of these desert elephants is one of the great epics of the natural world. They can travel for dozens of kilometers each day under the blistering sun, their slow, rhythmic pace a testament to their incredible stamina. They navigate by memory, following invisible pathways that their ancestors have walked for centuries. Their existence is a fragile one, balanced on a knife's edge, entirely dependent on the few scattered oases that dot this vast wilderness. They are the great wanderers of the Namib, gentle giants who have conquered one of Earth's most challenging landscapes through intelligence, memory, and an unbreakable family bond. The sand rivers of the Namib are their lifeline, ancient waterways that flow beneath the surface, hidden from view. With their powerful trunks they dig deep into the dry riverbeds, uncovering precious water hidden beneath the sand. This water is a lifeline, sustaining them through the harshest droughts. In the heat of the day, they seek refuge in the sparse shade of desert trees, their massive bodies conserving energy. They use their trunks to dust themselves with sand, a natural sunscreen and insect repellent. Even in the face of sandstorms they press on, their eyes shielded by long lashes and their ears flapping to cool their bodies. The calves stay close to their mothers, learning the ways of the desert from the moment they are born. As the sun sets, the herd continues its journey, a silhouette against the fiery sky, a testament to their resilience and unity. Under the starry night sky they rest, their journey paused but never truly ending, always ready to move with the dawn. In their eyes, the reflection of the stars tells the story of their endless quest for survival in one of the most unforgiving places on Earth. In the heart of the Namib Desert, where the sun blazes relentlessly and the land seems inhospitable to life, two extraordinary creatures have mastered the art of survival, the Oryx and the Ostrich. The Oryx, also known as the gemsbok, stands as a living emblem of endurance, its very presence a testament to the power of adaptation in one of the harshest environments on Earth. This large antelope is a marvel of evolutionary engineering. Its pale, reflective coat deflects the sun's rays, while its long, slender legs keep its body elevated above the scorching sand. Every aspect of the oryx's anatomy is designed to minimize heat absorption and maximize efficiency in the relentless desert heat. Deep within its skull lies a sophisticated network of blood vessels in the nose, a natural cooling system that chills the blood before it reaches the brain. This adaptation allows the oryx to withstand body temperatures that would be lethal to most mammals, reducing the need for sweating and conserving every precious drop of water. By tolerating higher internal temperatures, the oryx can survive the midday heat without seeking shade or water, a crucial advantage in a landscape where both are scarce. Its ability to rest during the hottest hours and become active during cooler periods further enhances its survival. The oryx is not just a survivor, it is a keystone species, shaping the desert ecosystem by its very presence. Its movements and grazing patterns influence the distribution of plant life, and its resilience provides a vital link in the food web for predators and scavengers alike. In a world where water is the most valuable resource, the oryx has become a master at finding it. With a keen sense of smell and an intimate knowledge of the land, it can detect moisture deep beneath the surface or hidden within the roots of desert plants. The oryx's diet is a study in resourcefulness. It feeds on tough, dry grasses and the moisture-rich melons that dot the desert floor, extracting water from its food and allowing it to endure weeks, sometimes months, without drinking from a waterhole. Their light, energy-efficient gait enables them to traverse vast distances in search of sustenance. A single herd may cover dozens of kilometers in a day, their movements shaping the patterns of life across the desert expanse. When a waterhole is discovered, it becomes a focal point for life. Oryx gather in cautious groups, their vigilance heightened by the knowledge that such resources are rare and fiercely contested. Here, the drama of survival unfolds. Male oryx engage in intense, horn-clashing battles, their powerful bodies locked in combat. Victory means access to water, breeding rights, and a place of dominance within the herd, crucial advantages in a world where only the strongest thrive. Sharing this formidable landscape is another desert specialist, the ostrich, the world's largest bird. Towering above the sands, the ostrich is a master of adaptation, its every feature honed for survival in the open, sun-baked plains. The ostrich's primary defense is its astonishing speed. With powerful legs and a lightweight frame, it can sprint at up to 70 kilometers per hour, outpacing even the fastest predators and covering great distances in search of food and water. This speed is not just for escape, it is a vital tool for survival, allowing the ostrich to roam widely, exploit scattered resources, and avoid danger in the vast openness of the desert. The ostrich's diet is as varied as the desert itself. It consumes grasses, seeds, insects, and even small stones, which aid digestion by grinding food in its muscular gizzard. This dietary flexibility ensures that the ostrich can survive on whatever the desert provides, adapting to the changing seasons and shifting availability of food. Like the oryx, the ostrich is a master of water conservation. It extracts moisture from the plants it eats and can survive for weeks without drinking, relying on dew and the water content of its food to sustain it through the driest spells. The ostrich's approach to parenting is a marvel of cooperation and strategy. Both male and female share the responsibility of guarding and incubating their eggs, ensuring the next generation has the best possible chance in a perilous world. The male, with his striking black plumage, and the female with her sandy brown feathers, take turns at the nest. Their coloration is perfectly suited to their roles. The female blends seamlessly with the sunlit sand during the day, while the male's dark feathers render him nearly invisible at night. Their nest is a simple, shallow hollow scraped into the sand, yet it is a fortress of vigilance. The eggs, large and thick-shelled, are protected from the elements and from would-be predators by the constant presence of their devoted parents. During the blazing daylight hours, the female's sand-coloured plumage provides perfect camouflage, shielding the eggs from prying eyes and the harsh sun. As night falls, the male takes over, his black feathers blending into the darkness, keeping the nest safe from nocturnal threats. When the chicks finally emerge, they are greeted by both parents, ready to guide them through the perils of desert life. The oryx and ostrich, through their remarkable adaptations and behaviours, not only survive but help sustain the delicate balance of the Namib ecosystem, ensuring that life continues to flourish against all odds. As we leave behind the stark, sun-baked sands of Namibia, where the wind sculpts endless dunes and life clings to the barest hint of moisture, a dramatic transformation awaits us. Our journey sweeps eastward across the continent, where the ochre and gold of the desert slowly give way to a world painted in vibrant greens and deep blues, a world that could not be more different from the arid Namib. We arrive in the Masai Mara, a vast expanse in southwestern Kenya, where the land rolls gently beneath a sky so wide it seems to swallow the horizon. Here the grasslands stretch as far as the eye can see, dotted with elegant acacia trees whose canopies cast delicate shadows on the earth below. Silver ribbons of water wind through the plains, nourishing the land and all who depend on it. The Masai Mara is a realm of abundance. Herds of antelope, zebra and wildebeest graze on the emerald carpet, their movements a living tapestry across the landscape. The air is alive with the calls of birds, the rustle of grass, and the distant thunder of hooves. This is the stage for one of nature's greatest spectacles, the Great Migration. Each year, millions of wildebeest and zebra surge across the plains in a relentless quest for fresh grazing, their numbers so vast they seem to darken the earth itself. The ground trembles beneath their passage, and the air is thick with dust and anticipation. The rivers, like the Mara and the Talek, snake through the grasslands, their waters shimmering in the sunlight. These rivers are the arteries of the ecosystem, drawing animals from miles around to drink, bathe, and find refuge from the heat. Yet beneath this surface of plenty, the Mara is a place of constant tension. At the water's edge, predators and prey meet in uneasy truce, each moment charged with the possibility of sudden violence. A single misstep can mean the difference between life and death. Life here is shaped by the dramatic rhythm of the seasons. The arrival of the rains transforms the land, coaxing forth a riot of green and filling the rivers to their banks. The air is heavy with the scent of wet earth, and the grass grows tall and lush, sheltering countless creatures. In the wet season, the savannah is a paradise. Grazers feast on the tender shoots, and predators grow sleek and strong on the bounty. The landscape pulses with life, every corner teeming with movement and colour. But as the rains fade and the dry season takes hold, the transformation is stark. The grasses wither and turn brittle. The rivers recede, and the once verdant plains become a patchwork of dust and shadow. Waterholes shrink to muddy puddles, drawing animals from miles around. Here the struggle for survival intensifies. Elephants, zebras and wildebeest crowd together, jostling for a precious sip, while predators lurk in the shadows, waiting for the weak and unwary. For those who remain behind when the herds move on, the dry season is a time of hardship. The search for food and water becomes desperate, and only the strongest, most resourceful survive. Predators stalk the weakened and the slow, while tense standoffs erupt at every remaining water source. The competition is fierce, and every encounter is a test of strength, cunning, and endurance. The lush paradise of the Mara can, in an instant, become a battleground. Chases erupt in the golden light of dusk, and the cries of the hunted echo across the plains. Within this intricate world, two remarkable individuals stand out, each a master of their domain, each shaped by the land's abundance and its trials. One is Gumba, a mighty hippo, whose days are spent wallowing in the cool embrace of the river, his massive form a fixture in the muddy waters. The other is Nuru, a solitary leopard, her golden coat blending seamlessly with the tall grasses as she moves with silent grace through the shadows. Gumba's world is the river, its depths, its banks, its shifting moods. He is both guardian and ruler of his watery realm, his life entwined with the ebb and flow of the current. Nuru, meanwhile, is a creature of the grass and the night. She moves alone, her senses attuned to every rustle, every scent, every flicker of movement. Her survival depends on patience, stealth, and the perfect moment to strike. Both Gumba and Nuru are bound by the same relentless forces: the need to find food, the drive to reproduce, and the ever-present threat of rivals and predators. Their lives are a constant negotiation with the land and its inhabitants. Every interaction, every alliance, every rivalry is part of a vast, intricate web that connects all life in the Mara. The fate of one animal ripples outward, touching the lives of many others. Even in this land of apparent plenty, the struggle never truly ends. The abundance of the wet season is always shadowed by the threat of drought, and the promise of life is balanced by the certainty of death. Each dawn brings new challenges. Antelope scan the horizon, ever watchful for danger. Herds move with purpose, seeking the best grazing, while predators plot their next move. A sudden drought can turn a thriving river into a graveyard, its banks littered with the remains of those who could not escape the thirst. In the blink of an eye, a moment's distraction can spell disaster. The hunter becomes the hunted, and the delicate balance of life is upended. The animals of the Mara, like their desert cousins, are survivors. They are clever, adaptable and resilient, able to endure the harshest trials and seize every fleeting opportunity. Social bonds are forged and tested. Lions form powerful coalitions, baboons groom and comfort one another, and every creature must find its place in the ever-shifting hierarchy. The beauty of the Mara is inseparable from its raw, untamed struggle for existence. As the sun sets, the land is bathed in gold, and the silhouettes of animals move across the horizon, a living testament to the power and fragility of life. Here, on one of the world's most magnificent natural stages, the eternal dance between life and death plays out in all its breathtaking detail, a story written in every blade of grass, every ripple of water, and every heartbeat beneath the African sky. In the ever-shifting, sun-drenched waters of the Talek River, a new life began. Gumba, a baby hippo, entered the world surrounded by the safety and chaos of a massive herd, 40 powerful bodies, each one a guardian and a potential threat. The river, winding through the heart of the African savanna, was both cradle and crucible, its muddy banks echoing with the grunts and bellows of hippos as they jostled for space and dominance. From his very first breath, Gumba's existence was a delicate balance between wonder and danger. The river's gentle current could turn treacherous in an instant, and the smallest calf was always at risk of being swept away or separated from the herd. Beneath the surface, ancient predators waited. Crocodiles, silent and patient, glided through the murky water, their eyes just above the surface, always watching for a moment of weakness. For a newborn like Gumba, a single lapse in vigilance could mean the end. But Gumba was not alone. His mother, immense and fiercely devoted, became his constant shield. She hovered over him, her massive body a living barrier against any threat, her presence a source of comfort and security in a world filled with uncertainty. She guided him through the labyrinth of the pod, teaching him the subtle cues and signals that governed Hippo society. Rival calves and aggressive adults were a constant hazard, and Gumba's mother defended him with unwavering ferocity, driving off any who dared approach too closely. Under her watchful gaze, Gumba learned to navigate the river's currents, to recognize the warning snorts of danger, and to find the safest patches of water and mud. Each day brought new lessons: how to submerge and breathe, how to graze on the riverbanks at dusk, how to sense the moods of the herd. As the years passed, the seasons cycled relentlessly. The lush abundance of the wet season gave way to the harshness of drought. The Mara's skies grew cloudless, and the sun beat down, turning the river into a shrinking ribbon of life amid a landscape of dust and cracked earth. The Talek River, once a broad and flowing sanctuary, receded into a series of muddy, overcrowded pools. Hippos, desperate for space and water, pressed together, their tempers fraying as the resources dwindled. The air grew thick with tension. Every movement, every grunt was a potential spark for conflict. The herd, once a source of safety, became a battleground where only the strongest could claim the best territory. Fights erupted with increasing frequency. Massive bodies collided in the shallow water, jaws gaping wide, tusks slashing through flesh and mud. The violence was sudden and explosive, a raw display of power and desperation. Gumba, now grown into a formidable young bull, found himself drawn into the heart of this struggle. The dominant male, a giant with scars from countless battles, ruled the pod with an iron will. But Gumba's strength and ambition could not be contained. The shrinking waterhole became an arena. Two titans, each driven by instinct and the need to survive, faced off. The herd watched in tense silence, knowing that the outcome would shape their world. The battle was savage. Water churned red with blood as the two bulls crashed together, their roars echoing across the savannah. Each bite, each blow was a test of endurance and will. Their tusks, sharpened by years of grinding, tore deep wounds. The struggle seemed endless, a contest of raw strength and unyielding determination. At last Gumba's youth and vigour prevailed. The old leader, battered and bleeding, could fight no more. Gumba stood victorious, his body marked by the price of triumph. But victory came at a cost. Gumba's wounds ran deep, and exhaustion weighed heavily on him. The river, once a place of comfort, now felt cold and uncertain. The defeated bull, broken and alone, was forced to leave the water. His reign ended not with ceremony, but with a slow, painful retreat into the wilderness. On the exposed riverbank, the old bull's vulnerability did not go unnoticed. A pride of lions, ever watchful for weakness, descended upon him. The circle of life in the savannah is unyielding, and his story ended beneath their claws and teeth. Gumba, though victorious, found himself isolated. His injuries made him slow, and the herd, wary of weakness, kept their distance. The river that had nurtured him now felt vast and empty. Alone, Gumba drifted through the empty stretches of the river, his massive form a solitary shadow against the fading light. The herd he had fought to lead now shunned him, and the silence of exile pressed in from all sides. Wounded and weary, Gumba began a long journey across the parched riverbeds and open plains. Each step was a test of endurance, each day a struggle for survival in a land where only the strongest endure. In his solitude, Gumba found unexpected allies. Oxpecker birds, drawn by the scent of blood and the promise of a meal, landed on his broad back. These small birds picked at his wounds, removing parasites and dead tissue. Their attentions, though sometimes painful, helped stave off infection and aided his slow recovery. Over the years, Gumba's solitude became his strength. He grew larger and more powerful, his scars a testament to the battles he had survived. The river, ever-changing, became his silent companion. Eventually the pull of home drew him back. Gumba returned to the Talek River, his old territory, now ruled by a new and untested leader. The time had come for another challenge. Gumba, now a giant among hippos, faced the new bull in a contest that would decide the fate of the herd. In a final, epic battle, Gumba's strength and experience prevailed. He reclaimed his place as the undisputed king of the river, his saga a testament to the relentless struggle and enduring spirit of life in the wild. In the dappled light of the acacia woodlands, where the first rays of dawn filter through the tangled branches, another survivor moves with silent purpose. Here, every shadow and every whisper of wind is part of a delicate balance between predator and prey. This is Nuru, a solitary female leopard whose life is a testament to resilience. She has endured 3 relentless dry seasons, each one testing her strength and cunning as she navigates the harsh, unforgiving terrain. Nuru is the embodiment of stealth and efficiency. Her every movement is calculated, her muscles rippling beneath her spotted coat as she glides through the underbrush. She is a perfect predator, honed by years of survival in a world where only the most adaptable endure. Her golden fur, dappled with rosettes, is more than beautiful, it is her shield. The intricate pattern allows her to vanish into the shifting shadows, making her nearly invisible to both prey and rival predators. She becomes a ghost among the grasses, unseen and unheard. Nuru is a master of patience. She crouches low, every muscle coiled, her breath barely stirring the air. She can wait for hours, unmoving as she studies the movements of her quarry, learning their habits and weaknesses. We watch as she begins her hunt. Her body hugs the earth, paws placed with exquisite care to avoid snapping a twig or rustling the dry grass. Her eyes lock onto a young antelope, and her focus becomes absolute, every sense attuned to the rhythm of her prey's heartbeat. When the moment is right, Nuru explodes from her cover in a blur of speed and power. Her acceleration is breathtaking, her movements a blend of grace and lethal intent. In seconds, she closes the distance, her claws and jaws working in perfect harmony to bring down her target. The kill is swift, precise, a testament to her skill. But the hunt is only half the battle. As she catches her breath beside her hard-won meal, Nuru's vigilance does not waver. The savannah is alive with opportunists, each one eager to snatch away her prize. Hyenas with their relentless persistence and lions with their overwhelming strength roam these lands. Both are formidable threats, always alert for the chance to steal a meal from a solitary hunter. To protect her kill, Nuru must act quickly. She clamps her powerful jaws around the antelope's neck, muscles straining as she prepares for a feat few predators can match. With astonishing strength, she hauls the carcass up the rough trunk of an acacia tree. The weight nearly matches her own, but her determination is unwavering. Inch by inch, she ascends, claws digging into the bark until she reaches the safety of the high branches. There, in her treetop larder, the kill is wedged securely among the branches. Here, Nuru can feed in peace, high above the reach of scavengers, her meal safe from the chaos below. This elevated pantry is her lifeline. It allows her to feed for days, conserving precious energy and reducing the need for risky hunts. Each meal is a victory, a hard-earned reward in a world where nothing comes easily. As a solitary female, Nuru's existence is defined by independence and vigilance, yet her ultimate purpose is to ensure the continuation of her lineage. After a brief and cautious courtship with a wandering male, Nuru seeks out a hidden den deep within a rocky crevice. Here, shielded from the dangers of the open plains, she gives birth to her cubs. Motherhood brings new challenges. Her tiny cubs, eyes sealed shut, are born utterly helpless. They rely on her for every need: warmth, nourishment and protection from the ever-present threats of the wild. For weeks the den is their entire world. Nuru rarely leaves their side, venturing out only when hunger demands it, always returning swiftly to her vulnerable young. Now, every hunt carries even greater risk. She must provide for her growing family, yet each absence leaves her cubs exposed to danger. The threats are many. Hyenas prowl the rocks, martial eagles soar above, and even other leopards pose a danger to the defenseless cubs. Every moment away is a gamble with fate. To outwit these dangers, Nuru relies on instinct and intelligence. She is ever watchful, always seeking new ways to keep her cubs safe. She never lingers in one place for long, knowing that a stationary den is a beacon for predators. Every few days she gently lifts each cub in her jaws and moves them to a new, secret location. This constant relocation confounds would-be hunters, masking their scent and keeping them hidden. The dense brush and rocky outcrops become a labyrinth of safety, each new den a temporary sanctuary in a world of uncertainty. Nuru's life is a relentless cycle, hunting under the cover of dusk, feeding her cubs, and moving them through the grasslands. Her dedication is unwavering, her resolve unbreakable. She is a shadow in the grasslands, a silent guardian whose every action is a fight for survival. In the vast competitive world of the Masai Mara, Nuru's story is one of courage, ingenuity, and the enduring spirit of the wild. In the vast, sun-baked savannah, Nuru's life as both a mother and a hunter is a delicate balance, shaped by the relentless demands of survival. Yet on this day her journey takes a turn that will reveal the extraordinary depths of compassion that can exist in the animal kingdom. Driven by the urgent need to nourish her growing cubs, Nuru stalks through the tall golden grass, her senses sharp and focused. With practiced skill, she ambushes a female baboon, her powerful muscles propelling her forward in a burst of speed. The hunt is swift and efficient, a testament to the harsh realities of life in the wild. For Nuru, this is a routine kill, another act in the endless cycle of predator and prey that defines existence on the savannah. Each hunt is a matter of survival, not just for herself, but for the vulnerable cubs waiting in the shadows. As she prepares to drag her prize to a safe place, Nuru's keen eyes catch a subtle movement. Clinging desperately to the lifeless body of the baboon is a newborn infant, its tiny fingers grasping fur, its eyes wide with fear and confusion. The infant is so small it barely covers the span of her paw. The baby baboon, trembling and alone, is miraculously unharmed. Its cries are soft, almost lost in the wind, but they reach Nuru's ears. In this moment the ancient rules of the wild seem to pause. The predator stands over the helpless infant, and for a heartbeat the world holds its breath. What unfolds next is nothing short of astonishing. Instead of ending the infant's life, as instinct might dictate, Nuru hesitates. Something within her shifts, a powerful maternal force that overrides her predatory drive. The same instincts that guide her to fiercely protect and nurture her own cubs now extend, in a remarkable act of empathy, to the orphaned baboon. In the animal kingdom, such moments of cross-species compassion are rare, but not unheard of. Elephants have been seen gently cradling the calves of other herds, and lions have been observed adopting the young of antelope, even as their own cubs play nearby. Nuru gently nudges the tiny baboon, her massive head moving with surprising delicacy. She then picks it up in her jaws, not with the force of a killer, but with the careful grip she uses to carry her own young. She carries the infant not to her den, but to the base of a sturdy tree, a place of relative safety. There she sets the baby down, her actions uncertain, as if she is torn between the roles of hunter and protector. Her behavior is a mystery, a window into the emotional complexity of a creature often seen only as a predator. In the wild, mothers of all species are known for their fierce devotion. Cheetahs have been seen risking their lives to defend their cubs from lions, and even crocodiles, so often feared, carry their hatchlings gently in their jaws to the water's edge. As night falls, the scent of the kill draws a clan of hyenas, their eyes glinting in the darkness as they circle closer, ever opportunistic. The baby baboon, now alone and exposed, is in grave danger, but Nuru returns, her presence a silent promise of protection. In a display of courage and maternal instinct, she stands over the infant, her body tense, her growls echoing through the night. The hyenas, sensing her determination, retreat into the shadows. This is not the act of a mere predator. It is the act of a guardian, a mother whose compassion transcends the boundaries of species. Nuru lies beside the orphaned baboon, her presence a shield against the dangers of the night. In the animal world, such moments of empathy are rare, but they speak to the deep bonds that unite all mothers. Through the cold hours, she curls around the infant, sharing her warmth, her breath steady and calm. In the darkness, predator and prey become something else entirely, companions, if only for a fleeting moment. This extraordinary interaction is a powerful reminder of the hidden depths within the animal kingdom. Across the wild, stories emerge of mothers adopting orphans, of predators showing mercy, of unexpected alliances that defy the rules of nature. As dawn breaks, the baby baboon grows weaker, its tiny body unable to survive without its mother's milk. The outcome is heartbreaking, yet the event itself is profound, a testament to the capacity for compassion that exists even in the most unlikely of places. The boundaries between instinct and empathy, between hunter and nurturer, are not always as clear as they seem. In the wild, compassion can emerge in the most unexpected forms. Nuru's actions reveal a depth of feeling that challenges our understanding of the animal world. Her story stands as a moving example of the compassion that can exist among animals, reminding us that even in the heart of the wild, there is room for moments of tenderness, empathy, and grace. In the heart of Namibia, where the sun scorches the earth and the wind carves ancient dunes, the stories of the desert lion, the wandering elephant, Gumba the hippo, and Nuru the leopard unfold with breathtaking intensity. These are not merely tales of survival, but living chapters in the grand epic of the wild. Each animal a testament to the unbreakable spirit that defines Namibia's wilderness. Across the endless sands and rocky outcrops, every creature faces a daily trial, an unending test of endurance, wit and resilience. From the blistering dunes that stretch beyond the horizon, to the rare life-giving oases that dot the landscape, Namibia's wildlife is shaped by extremes. Each day the search for water is a relentless quest, driving herds and solitary hunters alike across vast distances. At shrinking waterholes the drama of survival plays out, thirsty bodies gather, ever watchful for danger. Hunger is a constant companion, pressing every animal to the edge of its abilities. The ever-present threat of predators shapes every moment, every decision, every heartbeat. Life here is a ceaseless, unyielding test of strength, intelligence, and willpower. What allows these animals not only to endure but to thrive is a remarkable blend of physical adaptation and behavioral ingenuity. The Oryx, with its internal cooling system, can withstand temperatures that would fell most creatures. Its pale coat reflects the sun, and its body conserves precious moisture with every breath. The desert lion, with its light fur and patient strategic hunting, is a master of stealth and endurance. Ostriches, with their communal nesting and vigilant watchfulness, ensure the next generation survives against all odds. Over countless generations, these animals have been sculpted by the desert's demands, each feature a perfect answer to a life-or-death challenge. Every adaptation, from the smallest whisker to the broadest hoof, is a testament to nature's relentless creativity. This is nature's genius at work, producing creatures perfectly attuned to their world, no matter how unforgiving. Every movement, every instinct is a symphony of survival, a dance with the elements. No matter how harsh the world becomes, these animals persist, undaunted. But survival here is not just about physical strength or clever adaptations. It is also about knowledge, memory, and the intricate bonds that tie animal communities together. The elephant matriarch, with her deep memory, guides her family to hidden springs remembered from seasons past. Gumba, the hippo, marked by battles and exile, learns from hardship, growing stronger and wiser with every challenge. Nuru, the leopard, ever watchful, uses her intelligence and stealth to shield her cubs from lurking dangers. These animals possess a profound awareness of their world, reading every sign, every scent, every shadow. They adapt, learn and evolve, passing hard-won wisdom from one generation to the next. The lessons of survival are etched into every interaction, every shared moment beneath the Namibian sky. Resilience is found not only in muscle and bone, but in the unyielding will to endure. Minds sharpened by adversity, senses honed by necessity, communities bound by cooperation, each member vital to the survival of the whole. In the wilds of Namibia, every animal is a living testament to the unbreakable spirit of life. Their journeys are stories of persistence, courage, and the relentless drive to overcome. Warriors and artists of survival, they navigate a world of beauty and peril with unmatched grace. Their lives play out on one of Earth's most magnificent and unforgiving stages, each day a new act in the drama of existence. In their struggle, we witness both the fragility and the immense strength of the natural world. Every day their story unfolds, a powerful, humbling saga of resilience and hope. Through drought, storm and hardship, the spirit of Namibia's wildlife remains unbroken. This is the profound, unyielding force of life itself, undaunted, eternal, and forever wild. As the sun sinks beneath the endless dunes, Namibia's desert transforms. The blistering heat fades, replaced by a cool, velvety darkness. But the land is far from silent. It is now that a hidden world awakens, a realm ruled by the creatures of the night. Beneath a tapestry of stars, the shy aardwolf emerges from its burrow, nose twitching as it searches for termites in the cool sand. Its slender body, built for stealth, glides silently through the moonlit grass, feasting on thousands of insects with every outing. Not far away, the bat-eared fox listens intently, its oversized ears swiveling to catch the faintest sound. Every rustle is a clue, every whisper of movement a potential meal. The nocturnal stage belongs to many such specialists. The sidewinder adder, nearly invisible against the pale sand, leaves a trail of winding tracks as it hunts for sleeping rodents. Its scales reflect the faintest glimmer of starlight, a perfect camouflage in the shifting dunes. Meanwhile, the black-backed jackal slips through the shadows, its senses sharp, its movements cautious. In the quiet, it communicates with gentle yelps and whines, keeping contact with its mate as they search for food. High above, silent wings beat the cool air. The barn owl, ghostly and precise, glides low over the desert floor, its keen eyes spotting the tiniest movement. With a sudden swoop, it disappears into the night, returning moments later with a small mammal clasped in its talons. Even the smallest creatures play their part in this nocturnal ballet. The Namib golden mole, blind and swift, swims beneath the sand, navigating by touch and vibration. Scorpions glow under the moon's pale light, their exoskeletons shimmering with an eerie blue, while beetles climb the dunes to collect precious droplets of fog. As the hours pass, the desert hums with life, calls, rustles, and the soft crunch of paws on sand. Each species is perfectly adapted to the darkness, their senses heightened, their behaviours refined by countless generations. In this world without human eyes, survival depends on silence, stealth, and the mastery of shadow. When dawn approaches, the night's residents retreat. Some burrow deep, others vanish into rocky crevices. The desert grows quiet once more, waiting for the sun's return. But the secrets of the shadowed sands remain, whispered on the cool desert wind, a reminder that even in darkness, Namibia's wild spirit endures, mysterious, resilient, and forever alive. Beneath the towering dunes and sun-baked stones, the Namibian desert is teeming with life, much of it smaller than the eye might notice. These unsung survivors, from tiny mammals to nimble reptiles and ingenious insects, form the foundation of the desert's intricate web. Take the golden mole, a creature blind to the world above, yet perfectly attuned to the rhythms below. Using its paddle-like forelimbs, it swims through the sand, sensing vibrations to avoid predators and find prey. Its fur repels sand, and its streamlined shape allows it to vanish in an instant, safe beneath the surface. Nearby, the Namaka chameleon stalks across the dunes, its colour-shifting skin blending seamlessly with the shifting sands. With eyes that move independently, it scans for insects, locusts, beetles and ants, striking with a lightning-fast tongue. This master of camouflage relies on both patience and precision, thriving in a world where every movement matters. As dusk falls, the barking gecko emerges, its distinctive calls echoing across the cool desert air. Its feet, covered in tiny adhesive pads, allow it to scale rocks in search of moths and spiders. Each night it claims its territory with song, ensuring its place in the nocturnal hierarchy. In the early morning, the fog-basking beetle performs a daily ritual. Climbing to the crest of a dune, it raises its body to the breeze, collecting droplets of precious moisture on its back. This ingenious adaptation allows it to survive where water is almost non-existent, and in turn provides hydration for other desert dwellers. Scorpions glowing under the moonlight patrol the sands for unwary insects. Their venom is finely tuned, not just for defence, but for efficient hunting. Even the smallest spiders and ants play crucial roles, aerating the soil and recycling nutrients. Each of these tiny architects contributes to the health of the desert. By preying on pests, dispersing seeds, and enriching the earth, they ensure that the Namib remains a living, breathing ecosystem. Their struggles may be hidden, their victories silent, but their impact is profound. In the harshest of environments, it is often the smallest creatures that shape the fate of all. They are the keepers of balance, the quiet survivors, and the heartbeat of the Namibian wild. Rising from the earth like timeless waves, Namibia's ancient dunes are among the oldest and tallest on our planet. Sculpted by relentless winds over millions of years, their burnt orange crests stretch endlessly across the horizon, shifting and reshaping with each passing season. Each dune tells a story of sand carried from distant riverbeds, of patient accumulation, and of ceaseless motion as grains tumble and slide in the ever-present breeze. Yet these majestic formations are more than landscapes of beauty. They are vital ecosystems, sustaining life in ways both subtle and profound. Hardy grasses cling to the slopes, their roots anchoring the sand and providing shelter for countless creatures. At dawn, the pale Namaqua fig blooms at the base of a dune, its roots reaching deep for hidden moisture, nourishing birds, insects and small mammals alike. Hidden in the cool shadows, the shovel-snouted lizard makes its home, darting across scorching sands on tiptoes to escape the heat. Its unique dance, lifting alternate feet, keeps it cool and allows it to thrive where few others can. The dunes also shelter the elusive sidewinder adder, whose winding tracks trace delicate patterns across the surface as it hunts for unsuspecting prey. Above, the air shimmers with the songs of larks and coursers, birds that have mastered the art of survival in this shifting world. Their nests, tucked in shallow scrapes, are safe from predators and shielded from the wind. Even the fog that rolls in from the Atlantic brings life, condensing on dune grasses and sustaining a fragile balance. Every ripple, every crest, every hollow in the sand is part of a living system, a testament to adaptation, endurance, and the interconnectedness of all things. The ancient dunes stand not as empty wastelands, but as vibrant corridors of life, shaping the destiny of everything that calls the Namib home. In the heart of Namibia's vast desert, water is the rarest treasure of all. Scattered across the arid expanse, hidden springs and ephemeral pools offer a lifeline to the creatures of the dunes. These precious oases are born from ancient underground rivers or from fog that drifts in from the Atlantic, collecting as dew upon cool stones and hardy plants. Animals have learned to read the faintest signs: tracks in the sand, a patch of greener grass, the distant call of a bird. Elephants, with their extraordinary memory, lead their herds for miles to reach a secret spring, using their tusks to dig wells in the parched earth. Oryx and springbok rise before dawn, drawn to shallow pans where last night's fog has left a trace of moisture. Even the smallest beetles have mastered survival, climbing dune crests to capture droplets from the morning mist on their backs, then tipping forward to drink as the water trickles toward their mouths. Predators and prey alike gather at these scattered waterholes, bound together by the rhythm of scarcity and abundance. Here lions wait in patient ambush, while wary antelope drink quickly, ever alert. Birds flock to the edge, their feathers dampened by the spray, while lizards and insects scurry in for a sip before the heat returns. The water not only sustains life, but shapes the delicate balance of the desert itself, each visit, each footprint, an echo in the sand. In this unforgiving landscape, water is more than a necessity. It is the heart of the wilderness, connecting every creature in a silent, ancient pact of survival. And so, life endures, drawn always to the promise of water in the wilderness. In the Namibian desert, every day is a silent battle, a dance of survival played out between predator and prey. Here, life is governed by adaptation and instinct, each creature finely tuned to the rhythms of the sand and sun. Lions, cloaked in the colours of the dunes, move with calculated patience. They use the sparse vegetation and undulating terrain as cover, stalking herds of oryx and springbok. The big cat's strategy is endurance, conserving energy under the relentless heat, then striking with explosive speed when the moment is right. Their prey, in turn, are vigilant, ears flicking, noses raised, muscles tense. Herds rely on numbers, each member alert to the faintest sign of danger, ready to bolt at the slightest movement. Cheetahs, built for speed, take a different approach. They single out the weak or the young, launching lightning-fast chases across the open plains. Their slender bodies and long limbs give them the edge for short bursts, but if the chase runs too long, the desert's heat becomes their greatest foe. Jackals and brown hyenas roam the twilight hours, scavenging for leftovers or hunting smaller animals. Their keen senses guide them to burrows where rodents and reptiles hide from the burning sun. These smaller predators employ stealth and cunning, creeping softly across the sands, relying on acute hearing and a sharp sense of smell to locate their quarry. Even the smallest desert dwellers are both hunters and hunted. The sidewinder snake glides over the dunes, leaving barely a trace, lying in wait for unsuspecting lizards or birds. Meanwhile, the tenebrionid beetle, armoured and agile, must avoid the watchful eyes of hungry birds while scavenging for food. Every adaptation, every behaviour is shaped by the delicate balance of this ecosystem. Predators rely on patience, camouflage and strategy. Prey depend on vigilance, speed and the safety of the herd. This ongoing contest ensures that no single species dominates, maintaining the fragile equilibrium of the desert. In the Namib, survival is a perpetual contest, a testament to nature's ingenuity and the remarkable resilience of life. Each encounter, each narrow escape, is a reminder that in this land of extremes, every animal is both hunter and hunted, bound together by the eternal dance of survival.